Following the lesson, the teacher engages in a collegial discussion where his approach is evaluated.
Just reflecting on the lesson, Stuart, there were some things that were really important to me that I hope I got across in relation to my planning. Certainly the templates for learning, for me, are very, very important in teaching motor skills. We need to start off from the simple and then add layer more difficult elements to build up on the basic templates, and from my point of view that's the way I structured the lesson, and I know that that's important in your teaching as well. Partner activities, small group activities, and then layering the more difficult elements towards gameplay was a real focus for me in that lesson. I know you do something similar with the little ones in relation to their skill development.
Obviously with the younger boys, their attention I think is really, really important, their attention span, and I really try and make sure that it's maximum participation, smaller groups, a lot of equipment.
Another element that I believe is absolutely crucial too is connecting new skills to previous, the learning of new skills to previous skills that we've covered. The lesson today I reflected on the kicking skill, the AFL kicking skill, and drew some parallels with the soccer pass that we were studying today. I just really think that gives the boys some context. The learning of a new skill allows them to build on a base rather than to begin at a new start every time.
Yeah, and demonstration is really important, particularly with the younger ones. I noticed you did that today, just to demonstrate the skill so the boys knew exactly what it looked like, and then they were able to try and repeat that skill. And working in progressions, going from say an underarm roll to an underarm throw, then an overarm throw.
Another key element for me is to give the kids some opportunities to take charge of their own learning. I think that's particularly important as they become or progress towards independent learners and independent workers. Today that took the format of their warm-up, and quite literally that the boys, I give them parameters and we model that extensively in the beginning, and then the boys, they add elements and they vary those elements. I think that's a really powerful component to learning, is when the actual students can take some degree of ownership over components of lessons. Also the application side of today's lesson, the minor games that we played, I think that's a really important skill for boys and girls, students to learn, is to take some control or management over the games that they are playing. We had agreed strategies for rules and how to sort out disagreements that may or may not occur. So they had input into those agreed strategies, and once again it gives them an element of ownership over their learning.
They're also able to use the skills that they learn throughout the lesson in a game type situation. They're under a little bit more pressure, and of course that's the fun part of the lesson for them, where they want to get out and play the game. But
working in small groups too is another real focus for me. Once they have those skills to be able to work independently and manage their own games, the spin-off benefits are enormous, because with the smaller groups they're getting so much more involvement in the actual play. So it's twofold. It gives them some ownership, it gives them leadership opportunities, but it also increases participation and gives them a far greater chance to apply what they've learned in that setting.
What research about learning, or about education generally, have you read that is applicable to your teaching and learning? What aspects of curriculum, pedagogy, or assessment do you feel the need for more professional learning about?